Hey there guys, welcome back for another episode of Warhammer 40,000 Imperium magazine review. This week taking a look at issue 17, which gives us our second armoured container, barrels and crates. So because we have already done a painting video on this one, this week if you check the card in the corner there, instead of painting this, I am showing you guys the Premium Kit 1. You can find a link to the Premium Kit 1 featuring the Chaos Space Marines, and also a video on how I paint the Iron Warriors for the Chaos Space Marines. So do go and check that out for this week's painting videos. So before we get into the magazine, we get another pull-out. Now I do like these ones, although... yeah, no, that is the right way around. So I do like these pullouts. So this one, obviously, Myriad Dynasties. So this is going through the various dynasties of the Necron Empire. Now I have to say, the Mefrit Dynasty, I didn't realise that they were actually green and orange. I thought that they were silver and orange. I didn't realise a large portion of them was green, but looking at this, it seems they are. Then we have the Sarakin Dynasty, which is obviously the ones that we are painting or learning to paint if you are following the painting guide. We have the Nyalak Dynasty, which I showed you guys how to paint. No, I didn't. It was the Novok Dynasty. So we painted the Novok Dynasty a few weeks back. And the Nyalak Dynasty will be an upcoming painting video if I haven't done it already. Obviously, just like the Space Marines, I'm going to try and do different factions or different dynasties when it comes to duplicate issues on the Necron side. Do we have any more? I'm sure there's another one. Yep, there we go. The Saltec Dynasty. So obviously these are the 5 main GW dynasties, and then there are thousands of others, such as mine, that we create ourselves. So we've got some cool models here. Well, we got the Conoptic Spider. I do believe we get one of these guys, and he's got the single weapon option. This guy seems to have a different loadout, so I'm hoping we get both options. We've got the Cryptek that we got previous issue. We've got these guys coming up in a future issue. We do get all of this in this collection. We get all of these in the collection. We get everything here in the collection apart from the Doom Scythe or Night Scythe. That looks like it's kitted out, and we don't get obviously the Monolith or the Ark there, but we do get a unit of these. We get some of these guys, and all the other guys. But yeah, turning it over, we get a pretty cool The Awakening Empire. So we've got a little map here of a layout of the Empire with the different dynasties and where they are. So we can see here we've got Terra and Mars. Not too much going on over Gilliman's side. There's quite a bit happening over the other way. So it seems the Empire has Tyranids coming from the west. We've got Necrons coming from the east. We've got Chaos coming from pretty much the north. What the hell is going to come from the south? Games Workshop, what have you got planned to come from down this way that spreads up here? Probably Orcs are probably already doing it. I know the towers somewhere scattered. Oh no, they're up here, aren't they, in the northern area? So we got Tau up there, and yeah, pretty much a messed up galaxy for the Imperium. So yeah, that's the fold out. Moving on to the issue itself. So, Ultramarines. In battle after battle, Space Marines must endure the deadly weaponry of their countless foes. Many battle brothers bear scars from past encounters and hold a lingering hatred for the foe that inflicted them. So this is looking at injuries and grudges that we can give our what do you call them, the little battle things that we have on the back of new units, the little table things that we can fill out. If you guys are filling that, then obviously you got some hero injuries and losses, and whatever else you can record on the battle sheets there. Then we got some outcasts. Many Necrons are afflicted by madness, yet there are some whose insanity is so fearful and disturbing that they are shunned even by their own kind. So the first of these, the Destroyer cults. The second of these, the Flayed ones. Now the Destroyer cults, although they are afflicted and they suffer insanity, they do have some kind of control over themselves. They just like to hack and slash and believe that any form of life should be destroyed, from large animals, humans, orcs, right the way down to microscopic bacteria. Nothing should be left alive, and so they will usually scour a planet and strip it or destroy it down to nothing. Then you got the Flayed ones. Them guys, they're just crazy. They're insane. They think that they like to taste the flesh, though they can't actually taste flesh. And they like to dress up for Halloween in skin. Yeah, human skin is what the models come with, but you could essentially add orc arms. They dress themselves up in anything. Tau. They really don't care. They just want to eat flesh, eat and dress up in skin. So yeah, those are the two main outcasts. So obviously we've got the Scorpec destroyers, the Locust destroyers, and then other types of destroyers. They are all part of the Destroyer cult. We've had these. We get one of these, but we don't get this guy, and we don't get the unit of these. We get Canoptic Rays, but we don't get the Destroyer ones. The Ophidian destroyers, which are actually a pretty cool unit. I do like the look of them. If you are looking, if you want some of these, what I would suggest is if you grabbed an extra unit of these, and you can grab an extra unit of the Canoptic Wraiths, take the tail of the Wraith, the upper body of a Scorpec, put them together, and you have an Ophidian destroyer essentially. Obviously, you'll need to do a little bit of kit bashing, as these guys have the extra arm with the blades on there, and these guys only get their 2 arms. But I'm sure with a bit of clever manipulation and kit bashing, you can make these guys. Then we have Worlds of the Imperium, the realm of mankind. The Imperium's territories encompass countless systems spanning the length and breadth of the galaxy. Even in the most remote and punishing environments, humanity's colonies cling for survival, or to survive. So we've got different types of worlds. We've got the Hive Worlds, which are basically planet-sized cities. There's just so much city around that it becomes just one giant thing. Hives are basically these giant, what you imagine like an ant hive kind of structure, just a huge mess of buildings built upon top buildings, built on buildings, and you have different levels. The richer you are, the higher up you live, and the poor and criminals and everything else live down in the underhive. Then we have feudal worlds, so they do not possess advanced technology, usually peasants, farmers and things like that. And then we have feral worlds, isolated planets whose inhabitants have descended into savagery and live a primitive, violent existence. Basically full of war tribes and savages and gangs and that kind of thing. Then we've got the how to build the containers again, obviously the same as before. This one's showing it with the door open. I can't remember what it showed before, but this one I will be doing my door open. My last one was closed. This one I'll do open, and I think the other one I'll have it blown off and a little bit damaged in there, just so I got some variety. Then we've got the how to paint the container and the barrels and such. And obviously I've already got the video for this, so if you go into the playlist, then you can check on how I've painted that up from the previous issue. This week's playthrough, secure the drop site. So this is the Librarian in Phobos armor and flayed ones, and Necron warriors. So what are we running? Does it say here? 8 Necron warriors with the Gauze flayers and the flayed ones. Now it's kind of weird because they're saying to use 8 with the flayers, but we've only had we've only had 10 Necrons, and they said to build 5 with the flayers and 5 with the other weapon. I can't remember what it was now. So how they expected to get 8 with Gauze flayers, I don't know. And then we get the flayed ones and a lowly Librarian in Phobos armor. Setup wise, we're not doing the D6 anymore. You're setting the top 2 crates or containers and leaving the bottom one alone or empty, and then the munition crates and barrels are set up as shown. So we've got the rules and data sheets for the Librarian, and then a little bit note on the psychic phase, and then the playthrough itself. And as always, if I'm doing the playthrough, guys, you can check that up in the cards up there. And that does bring us to the end of this episode. So, price up on the screen is for the container and the crates. Obviously, we buy this as a set of 3 when you buy it from GW. So this is 1/3 of the RRP for that set. So 1/3 being for each container. Next week we have issue 18, and as I mentioned before, but you guys will know by now by the time you're seeing this, it did not come with the double-sided battle mat. That was issue 21. There was just a delay on them getting hold of them, and we get the Technomancer. And then the week after we get our final Munitorum container. So by the end of issue 20 we will have basically the scenery for the first sort of zone, and then I'm assuming by the end of issue 40 we'll have the pipes and the reactor and stuff that it shows here on this battle mat. We'll have that by the end of issue 40, and then by the end of issue 60 we should get the ruins, and then from 60 to 80 onwards I don't think we'll get too much terrain. It will mainly be playing through and getting the last of the army with the bigger, better models. But that is all for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button. Check out the other videos that I've got for this week in the card there. That'll be the premium kit and how to paint an Iron Warrior. And if you have yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button. If you have recently subscribed, thank you for your support and a huge warm welcome to the inner circle. But for now, guys, that is all. So take it easy. Keep painting those minis.